things that are changing, how do you adapt a little bit your craft with the changing times to appeal to the new generation, but at the same time, still appeal to the generation that has followed you from the start?
I think at the end of it all, it's all about, the content, the emotional content that we have in our storytelling. Aamir is an extremely organized, perfectionist, as they call him.
No. I'm not organized at all.
Okay, he's not organized, but he works very hard trying to tell a story. Salman has his freewheeling way to come and work because it comes from the heart. I try to amalgamate both of these. But at the end, I think the core value that the three of us and all the other stars Salman mentioned and lots of other stars who will come along the way, I think there's an emotional connect that our films have. Maybe it's our culture, maybe it's the fact that we all belong to, in India at least, and I think that's why more so in Saudi also, there's a familial connect. Somewhere, whatever the story, if I'm playing a bad guy, a good guy, a happy guy, a poor guy, a rich guy, whatever character we are playing, I think somewhere the culture part of it and the emotional connect transcends boundaries of languages, platforms, as you mentioned, whether it's on a telephone or an iPad or on OTT. I think it's the storytelling, emotional connect that binds every actor, not just the three of us. We've been very fortunate, like Salman mentioned. God has been too kind to us. We just get up in the morning and do our work as simply as he said, being lambasted by our families at home for doing right and wrong, but we just get up in the morning and go back to work. But I think it's the emotional connect that somehow, because of hundreds of people who work with us, have been able to portray us, and we've been able to tell these familial, emotionally, culturally common stories for the rest of the world, in spite of the language that we speak.
So what do you think makes it appealing for such a global scale? Is it just the emotional part, or could it be the addition of music, the image, the photo? I mean, I remember when I was starting to acting and everybody was like, okay, you need to go to Bollywood, not Hollywood. And I remember I had a period where I started watching.
You should have come. You'd have made it.
Should have. Actually, I used to live. Oh, really? Thank you.
I mean,
it's not never too late.
And Katrina can do it. And but it requires a lot of hard work. And first, it requires you to speak the language. If I want to do an Arabic film, I will have to learn the language.
That's interesting. Wow. But I was thinking, and do you believe you have to take a lot of risks in this industry? Because I feel like all of you you're also wearing producer hats on, not just actors. So for me, I always wondered, is there any limitations to just being actors? Or is there a reason why you wanted to produce? Aamir, do you want to answer? Or
sorry, what is your question?
Becoming a producer, because...
let me go back earlier to your earlier question of how, what is a star? Like Shah Rukh said, I think it's impossible to pinpoint. Perhaps, I think all three of us were very fortunate that we were born in India. Born in a country where we could be part of Hindi cinema. Had we been born somewhere else, we wouldn't have been here. So I think...
No, if you're born in Hollywood, those guys wouldn't have been there.
Well, so I'm saying it's a lot of... It's the opportunities, it's where you are at what time, fate, whether you call it fate or whatever, destiny, where you are at that time. Of course, everyone is hardworking. All of us work hard, and a lot of people who want to come into any field work very hard. But it's also a lot of, are you at the right place at the right time? Many things work in your favor, which are not in our control. Many things are not in our control. So it's a mix of all of that, I guess. Yeah.
See, Aamir comes from a film background, so do I. This man here didn't. He didn't. He came from Delhi.
May I interject, Salman? Sorry. I also come from a film family. Salman's family is my family. So I'm also like that.
That's
Aamir's
so
family
sweet.
is my family.
So now we know why Shah Rukh is a star.
Well, that's why I'm a star.
That's so nice to see this relationship between you guys. How do you feel in general?
That's only on stage.
You should see us backstage, what we do.
Backstage.
Right after this.
Well, how's your relationship with stardom in general and everything that happens? I know sometimes stardom can consume people and sometimes it can feed you. I mean, we're all humans here, right? Sometimes we want to have bad days and now you feel like with you appealing to so many audiences and having this much presence on social media, how do you feel it impacts you on a mental level? Does it feed your soul, or can it get overwhelming sometimes?
Well, it is challenging. I think it is challenging. Being in the public eye all the time is challenging. Uh, I think amongst the three of us, I'm probably the most reluctant star. Nahi, Shah?
No, you always wanted to be a star more than both of us.
Yeah,
No.
because he was the first-born star.
I like to be in corners. I don't like the limelight on me. I'm not comfortable with that.
Are you an introvert?
I'm more of an introvert, yeah. So I am uncomfortable in many ways. But all of us deal with it in our own way, I guess.
No, I think, I don't want to take away the import of social media, but I do believe that when it comes to social media, and especially being in the limelight or in the glare of public all the time, which any public figure has, not only in films, otherwise also.
Yeah.
Today, you just have to have blinkers on. You have to believe cinema, story writing, storytelling, creative work is the beginning germ is belief. So if you have belief in this is what I'm doing, and inshallah, this will turn out to be well, hopefully, this will turn out to be well, what others say does not matter. So you have to have blinkers on. You just have to say there's going to be a lot of noise, too much noise all around you. Oh, he should dress up like this, he should sit like this, his film should have been like this. I think every morning, if we were to look at social media, people tell us what next film to do also. Who we should star with in the film, who the director should be. But you have to believe in a simple basic idea of storytelling and just start your day with that, end your day with that, end your year with that, and I think you should end your whole career like that. Everything else is noise. You just tell your story, the story that you believe in. It's as simple as that. We've been doing it for 35 years. Maybe I put it too simply. For people who are starting off and who are now surrounded by this fantastic social media influx in every part of our lives, may have problems dealing with it. The youngsters will have problems. But if you were to take anything from our experience, like he said, he's an introvert. Whatever I know of Salman, I don't think he wants to be in the public eye. Personally, I'm very shy. So we actually are people who would not love to be in the public eye all the time. We deal with it because it's part of a job now. Beyond that, I don't think either of us takes it seriously. We just make sure our work is taken more seriously than that.
He doesn't come out of his house. He doesn't come out of his house. I don't come out of my house.
Yeah.
Only when we have to work, that is when we have to go to shoots. See, I believe, I remember that I must have been about 13, 14. I went to see this film called Enter the Dragon. And when I came out of the theater, I thought I was Bruce Lee. And I got beaten up.
Okay.
But that impact is that I realized one thing is that when you come out of the theater, somebody should want a son like you. A mother should want a son like you. A father should want a son like you. A sister should want a brother like you. A girl should want a husband or a boyfriend like you. And when you come out of the theater, you should go back home at least a 20-25% a better person. And that character is liked. So he's liked by older women that I want a son like this. I want a brother. Now we've come to a stage like, I want a father like him. Very soon we're going to be. We want grandfathers like him, granddad.
But do you feel like you have to be, you cannot necessarily be your authentic self when you have such, when you're put on such a pedestal of people wanting to be like you, wanting to do that, that you don't get to express your weaknesses, because as human beings, we all do have weaknesses as well.
See, success has made more failures than failure itself. You fail, get complacent, you stand up, you start working a lot harder. Success, if this goes to your head, then your old age is going to be really painful. So you should never let success go to your head. You cannot take the credit. You can take the credit for failure because you've signed the film, you've done the project, but you cannot ever take the credit for success. It belongs to everyone.
And the energy, that's very correct. And I always thought that acting, we're trading energies with people, and that people require your energy all the time. So my question would be, when you have such a huge fan base and audiences and people around you all the time, where do you resource yourself, and what's your relationship with the fans, and how do you maintain healthy boundaries with people so that you're able to have your bad day or able to focus on the scene you want to do without necessarily having to give your attention to everyone around?
I think, Razan, what happens is, when you're asking these questions to the three of us, the answer would be similar. You just have to be true to yourself. And when you become a star, people expect a certain kind of behavior from you, certain kind of, out in the public, that we start to learn. As a matter of fact, stardom of the level that Salman has seen, Aamir has seen, I've been fortunate enough to see, actually humbles you. It makes you grateful to all the forces around you. And one of the biggest forces are the audience who's loving you so much. So the humility always becomes, I'm sure for all of us and all the other actors as the years go by, that I'm in the service of the audience. I really need to make sure that they are entertained. Like Salman said, when they walk out, they should feel a better person because they've seen a film. When they walk out, they should aspire to be somebody, or they should identify with the character we are playing. So at the end of it all actors, at least in our context, would be that there is nothing else that we want to think about. As a matter of fact, I think we don't even like to call them fans. These are people who love us. You talk about energies. We just want to share this positivity back with them that they have given to us, not only shared, for the last 35 years. So I think it's a very gratifying feeling. It's a feeling of gratitude. It's a feeling of wanting to serve everybody who comes to watch our films in the best way possible. There's never been a finger lifted, an expression done, a dialogue done, without keeping in mind, are we making sure everybody who comes to watch this film is happy to see or goes back, like Salman said, a better person? So you just have to be honest to yourself and say, I'm in the service of storytelling to this huge gamut, this huge sea of people who love us so much.
Yeah. And how do you recharge yourself with all these things? Like, where do you find your source of inspiration on a daily basis to be able to give everybody else that feeling?
I find it in my children. I find kids very refreshing, very resourceful. And Salman has a lot of children in his family. Aamir has kids. I find them great source of energy. I just find their ideas now. I've been fortunate to be first. Let me just say thank you, Joy Forum, for giving us this opportunity. Thank you, Adnan, for having us here. Thank you, Turki Al-Sheikh, for creating this. I'll tell you the reason. Last night we were together and we got to meet so many people. We met the team from Squid Games, we met Speed, we met Mr. Beast, and this energy that we see of so many other people that we've only experienced on screen, never met personally, really helps us also to think, okay, here is a congregation of people that all of us are come to this platform in Saudi, sharing, wanting to tell people good stories to entertain them. I think that's refreshing for me. When I come to a forum like this, get to meet us in this kind of setting. We meet otherwise at home and have a great time. But this is really nice to come and say, okay, there's so many people wanting to share ideas. You take refreshment from there. You take energy from there. And yes, the more innocence you spend time with, the more energy you get to express in acting.
I find reading really helps me. I love reading since I was a small kid. So that is something that input of characters, ideas, that really inspires me when I read a good book.
And now singing as well.
Now Aamir is singing also. He's learning classical singing for the last two years now.
Okay, now these two have decided to start pulling my leg.
Are they? Would you like to?
He'd like to.
क्यों कर रहा है ऐसा?
Please.
नहीं यार.
Please,
They're basically
Irshad,
going to
Irshad,
put
come
you on the spot now.
So I think basically our families keep us grounded. And we know that till the time we don't give it our blood and sweat, the hardest that we can work, tearing ligaments, breaking bones, I don't think that the audience they want to see hard work. They want to see that we're taking our time off. We're taking a whole day off to go and watch a movie. We want to see you at your best. So that is what keeps us going, because they are taking their families, they're going to see somebody who they don't know, but yet we're in their living rooms and their bedrooms. We're on their phones. So we all the time have to give it our best so that their money is well spent when they come and watch our movies. And basically, our families keep us grounded. And we've seen We've seen, you know, from nobodies, we were nobodies to such heights of success. And then suddenly, disaster after disaster. So that failure has kept us all balanced, that this is always never going to be there. This is going to go. Now, how are we going to handle this is, that's the only one thing in our mind, that we should be normal human beings, content, and Allah ka shukr ada karna chahiye, na shukra nahi hona chahiye, that whatever He's given us till whatever time, till whenever, we are grateful for that. And 99.9% of the people don't have even 0.1% of what we have. And it is because of them that we have what we have today. And we all are very grateful to them.
That's such a lovely word.